Hey there. Ready to unlock some next-level productivity? We're diving into the world of ChatGPT.
Yes.
And trust me,
Yeah.
it's way more than just asking a chatbot silly questions. We're using a book called Superkraft ChatGPT 2 Offlage as our guide. It's a German book
Okay.
that translates to Superpower ChatGPT by Oliver Bach and Florian Nust.
Right.
These guys promise to turn anyone into a ChatGPT pro in just 3 days.
Ambitious.
Ambitious, sure.
Yeah.
But their approach is super practical and jargon-free, which I appreciate.
So I like that.
So you're interested in AI tools,
Yeah.
and you clearly like to cut to the chase, get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
So let's do it. This deep dive is going to equip you to use ChatGPT and a few other powerful AI tools effectively.
Okay.
You're about to become an AI power user.
I like it.
Now, this book doesn't waste any time showing you what ChatGPT can do.
Okay.
Picture this. You want to make spaghetti, but you only want to use what's in your fridge. ChatGPT can generate that recipe for you.
Okay.
No problem.
Wow.
Or maybe you've always wanted to write a children's book about life and space. ChatGPT can help you create chapter outlines and even draft the story itself.
Wow.
Feeling ambitious?
Yeah.
It can even help you prep for your next salary negotiation through some surprisingly realistic AI role-playing.
What's fascinating is how ChatGPT takes your requests and turns them into concrete results.
Okay.
It all comes down to something called prompts.
Prompts.
Essentially, these are the instructions you give to ChatGPT.
So it's all about how we communicate with ChatGPT, right?
Exactly. Think of it like this. If you ask a chef for just dinner, you might get something you don't like.
Right.
But if you say, I'm craving Italian, something vegetarian, maybe with a creamy pesto sauce, you're much more likely to get a meal that hits the spot.
Okay.
ChatGPT is similar.
Right.
The more specific and detailed your prompts, the better the results.
Okay, so how do we go from basic prompts to crafting requests like a ChatGPT whisperer?
Well, the authors of Superkraft ChatGPT introduce a framework they call the PROMPT method.
The PROMPT method.
It's a 6-step system that helps you write incredibly effective prompts, unlocking ChatGPT's full potential.
Okay.
And the best part?
What's that?
It's not limited to just ChatGPT. You can apply this framework to other AI tools as well.
Okay, now we're talking one method to rule them all.
Exactly.
I'm ready to uncover the secret.
Okay.
What are the 6 steps?
They are prompt seal, rollo, output, mensch, presentation, and tun, which, as you can probably guess, are German words.
They are German words.
Don't worry, we'll break those down in plain English.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm all ears.
Prompt seal translates to prompt goal. It's about getting crystal clear about what you want to achieve with your prompt.
Okay.
Are you looking for information, creative inspiration, a specific solution to a problem? Once you know your goal, you can tailor your prompt accordingly.
So it's like setting an intention for our interaction with ChatGPT.
Exactly.
I like it. What's next?
Next is role. This step involves assigning ChatGPT a specific role.
Like telling it to act as a chef or a space expert.
Precisely. You're essentially giving ChatGPT a persona to embody, which helps it generate more relevant and contextually appropriate responses.
Okay.
For example, if you want help writing a screenplay, you might tell ChatGPT to act as Hollywood screenwriter with 20 years of experience.
That makes sense. I can see how that would drastically change the tone and content of ChatGPT's output.
Right.
This is already making my brain buzz with possibilities. Okay, what's step number 3?
Step number 3 is output. This is where you specify the format you want your results in.
So instead of letting ChatGPT just surprise me, I can tell it to deliver a bullet list, a poem, or even a screenplay.
Exactly. You have a lot of control here. You can ask for a summary, a list of pros and cons, a step-by-step guide. The possibilities are vast.
Okay.
And by being specific about the output, you make it easier for ChatGPT to deliver information in a way that's most useful to you.
This is like having ChatGPT create bespoke content just for me. What's next?
Next up is mensch, which simply means human.
Human.
It's a reminder to consider your audience.
So who am I trying to reach with this information?
Precisely. Are you writing for experts, beginners, children? The language and tone you use will differ depending on your audience.
Okay.
By specifying this in your prompt, you help ChatGPT tailor its response for maximum impact.
That's smart. It's like giving ChatGPT a crash course on who it's talking to.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next step?
Presentation. is about deciding how you want the information presented.
Okay, this sounds interesting.
Do you prefer short, concise answers, or would you like a more detailed explanation? Do you want examples or analogies to illustrate the points?
So I can tell ChatGPT to give me the SparkNotes version, or to really dive deep into the detail.
Exactly. It's all about customizing the learning experience to your preferences.
I love having this level of control.
Yeah.
This PROMPT method is really living up to its name. And finally, we have ton, or tone. As you might have guessed, this is about setting the desired tone of ChatGPT's response.
Okay.
So I can tell it if I want something formal, informal, humorous, or even a bit sarcastic.
Precisely. This is especially useful if you're using ChatGPT to generate creative content like stories, poems, or even scripts.
All right, so to recap, we've got prompt seal, goal, role, output, format, mensch, audience, presentation, and tone.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a mouthful, but I have to admit I'm already starting to see how powerful this framework could be.
It's all about understanding the mechanics of effective communication.
Okay.
The PROMPT method simply provides a structured approach to ensure your instructions are clear, concise, and comprehensive.
And speaking of comprehensive, this book doesn't just throw the PROMP2 method at you and call it a day.
Right.
They actually provide a handy cheat sheet with all the details.
Nice.
We'll make sure you have that link.
Okay.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but show me the magic.
Okay.
So let me dive into some real-world examples of how you can use ChatGPT and the PROMPT method to streamline your work and unlock new levels of creativity.
Okay.
Let's start with data analysis, something that often feels like a chore, but maybe ChatGPT can change that.
Let's say you want to analyze your spending habits. You could hand over your budget spreadsheet to ChatGPT.
Okay.
Don't worry. It can handle those.
Okay.
But instead of just asking for a generic analysis, you use the PROMPT method to guide it.
Okay. Walk me through it.
First, define your prompt seal. Maybe you want to identify areas where you tend to overspend, or see if there are any patterns in your spending habits.
Okay.
Then, think about the role. You could tell ChatGPT to act as your personal finance coach.
I like it. Someone who's not going to judge my latte addiction, but will help me make smarter choices.
Exactly. Then, for the output, you might request a summary report with key findings and actionable recommendations. Since you're the mensch in this scenario, you don't need to specify an audience. However, for presentation, you might ask for clear and concise language with bullet points and visuals like graphs or charts. And finally, for tone, you might opt for a supportive and encouraging tone rather than a scolding one.
So instead of just getting a bunch of numbers and figures, I'm getting a personalized financial report tailored to my goals and presented in a way that I can actually understand and use.
Right.
I can already feel my inner spreadsheet nerd doing a happy dance.
The beauty of the PROMPT method is that it transforms a potentially overwhelming task into a structured conversation.
Right.
You're guiding ChatGPT to deliver the exact information you need in the format that works best for you.
Okay, so we've tackled data analysis. What about something a little more creative, like writing? I have to admit, I often hit a wall when it comes to writing, especially if I'm trying to find my voice or develop a specific style.
This is where ChatGPT can be a game changer.
Okay.
Imagine having a writing mentor available 24/7, someone who can help you refine your craft and unlock new levels of creativity.
Okay, this I have to hear more about.
Let's say you're working on a blog post maybe about your recent trip to Italy, inspired by all this talk of pasta.
Okay.
You've got your notes, your photos, but you're struggling to find the right tone and style to capture the experience.
Yeah.
This is where ChatGPT and the PROMPT method come in.
Okay, I'm ready.
Break it down for me.
Your prompt seal is clear. You want help writing a captivating blog post about your trip to Italy.
Now, for role, you could tell ChatGPT to act as a travel writer for a leading travel magazine.
So I'm tapping into the expertise of someone who gets paid to make travel sound irresistible.
Precisely. For output, you might request a first draft of the blog post, focusing on vivid descriptions and storytelling. Since you're writing for your blog audience, which you know well, you can skip the mensch step this time.
Okay.
However, for presentation, you might specify descriptive language, evocative imagery, and a conversational, engaging tone. And finally, for tone, you might ask for something uplifting, adventurous, and maybe even a touch humorous.
Wow, I'm already picturing my blog post coming to life. Instead of staring at a blank page, I'm getting a head start with a first draft that's already infused with the right tone, style, and even some creative flourishes. ChatGPT is like my co-writer, helping me tell my story in the most compelling way possible.
And here's the beauty of it. You can continue to refine the draft with ChatGPT.
Okay.
You can ask it to rephrase sentences, suggest stronger verbs, even help you weave in personal anecdotes to make the writing more engaging.
This is amazing. It's like having a personal editor and writing coach all rolled into one. But let's not forget about the visual aspect of blogging.
Right.
Images are just as important as words when it comes to capturing attention and conveying emotions. Could ChatGPT lend a hand with that as well?
Absolutely. Remember DALL-E, the AI image generator we mentioned earlier?
Yes.
DALL-E can create original images from text descriptions, and it works seamlessly with ChatGPT.
Wait, so I can tell DALL-E to create a specific image to go with my blog post, like a plate of pasta with the rolling hills of Tuscany in the background.
You got it.
Oh,
And here's where the PRMPT method comes in handy again.
okay.
Instead of just giving DALL-E a basic description, you can craft a more detailed prompt, specifying the style, composition, even the mood you want to evoke.
This is incredible. It's like ChatGPT and DALL-E are the ultimate creative duo, helping me produce professional-looking content that's both engaging and visually appealing.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the creative possibilities of ChatGPT and DALL-E.
Okay, I'm definitely adding Explore DALL-E to my to-do list.
Okay.
Now, we've talked a lot about using ChatGPT for work-related tasks, but I'm curious, can it also help me streamline my personal life? Like, what if I need to plan a trip, but I don't want to spend hours researching flights, hotels, and activities?
ChatGPT can definitely be your personal travel agent.
Okay.
And once again, the PRMPT method is key to getting the best results.
All right, let's say I want to plan a trip back to Italy. Clearly, this deep dive is giving me major wanderlust.
Okay.
How would I use ChatGPT to create my dream itinerary?
Start with your prompt seal. Maybe you want to experience the authentic Italian culture, explore hidden gems, or indulge in the best regional cuisine.
All of the above, please.
For a role, you could tell ChatGPT to act as your personal tour guide who specializes in off-the-beaten-path experiences.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
For output, you could request a 7-day itinerary, including recommended flights, accommodations, local restaurants, and must-see attractions. Since it's just for you, you can skip Mensch. For presentation, you might ask for a visually appealing itinerary with photos, maps, and links to booking sites. And finally, for Ton, you might go for enthusiastic, informative, and maybe even a little bit adventurous.
This is amazing. It's like having a personal concierge who knows my travel style and can create a custom itinerary that checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is basically my new best friend for planning epic adventures.
And here's a bonus tip. If you're concerned about budget, you could even specify that in your prompt, asking ChatGPT to prioritize affordable options or suggest ways to save money on flights and accommodations.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous. ChatGPT really can do it all.
And remember, this is just a small sampling of what ChatGPT can do.
Right.
This book is packed with even more use cases, examples, and tips to help you unlock the full potential of this remarkable tool.
Now, I'm also curious about these other AI tools you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I know we're deep in the ChatGPT world, but is there a particular tool that stands out as a must-try?
Flicky is a real game changer, especially if you're creating content.
Okay.
It allows you to transform text into engaging videos with visuals and music in a snap.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I can take, say, my blog post about Italy and turn it into a captivating video, even though my video editing skills are practically non-existent. Tell me more.
Flicky makes video creation incredibly accessible, even for those with zero experience.
Wow.
And the best part is that it integrates seamlessly with ChatGPT.
So I can use ChatGPT to write the script, and then with a few clicks, Flicky can turn it into a video ready to share with the world.
Exactly.
That's a game changer for anyone who wants to create engaging content without the technical headaches.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Flicky is officially on my must-explore list.
Okay.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, custom GPTs.
Okay.
It sounds incredibly powerful, but is it really something anyone can create, or do I need to be a coding whiz?
You definitely don't need to be a coding expert to build a custom GPT.
Okay.
The book does a fantastic job of demystifying the process.
Okay.
It's all about training a GPT to perform a specific task using natural language and a user-friendly interface.
That's reassuring. So walk me through it.
Okay.
What would creating a custom GPT look like in practice?
Imagine you're a teacher who wants to create more engaging learning materials for your students.
Okay.
You could train a custom GPT on your curriculum, feeding it textbooks, lesson plans, and even examples of successful student projects.
So I'm basically creating a personalized teaching assistant that's an expert in my subject matter.
Exactly, and you can get incredibly specific.
Yep.
Let's say you're teaching a history class and want to create interactive quizzes about ancient Rome.
Okay.
You can train your custom GPT on historical texts, archaeological findings, and even movies set in that era.
That's incredible. My students wouldn't even realize they're learning because it feels so interactive and engaging.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm not a teacher. Could I create a custom GPT for, say, personal finance? Maybe something that analyzes market trends and helps me make smarter investment decisions?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You could train a custom GPT on financial news, market data, investment strategies, even the writings of famous investors like Warren Buffett.
So it's like having a personal financial advisor available 24/7 who can crunch the numbers and provide insights tailored to my investment goals.
Exactly.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, last question,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling I know the answer.
Got it.
But can I share my custom GPT with others?
That's the beauty of it. You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
The book even talks about a future where people can share and even monetize their custom GPTs, creating a whole new economy around AI-powered expertise.
This is incredible. It's like we're on the cusp of an AI revolution, and this book is our guide to navigating this exciting new frontier.
It is.
So to our amazing listener, if you're ready to unlock the full potential of ChatGPT and explore the incredible world of custom GPTs, this book is a must-read.
It is a good one.
And remember, the best way to learn is by doing.
Hmm.
So open up ChatGPT, play with those prompts, and start exploring.
Yes,
You might be surprised by what you can create.
you will be.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the world of AI.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.